Hey everyone. So this is the Order versus Chaos Grand Finals, final match. So we have four events, or four landscapes, I should say. Way of the Camel, Enhance, Summon, and Citadel. Of those, well, Camel actually looks slightly more relevant than usual here, because you have Courtier and Workshop as gold gainers, and Enhance as a way to turn um, golds into provinces. So Camo doesn't look as useless as it usually is. But it's still not like a very strong way. So obviously we have like Villa here, which means villages run forever. But the only uh, draw is like a little awkward. You have Paddock for delayed draw, and then you have Storyteller for draw at the cost of, putting down some of your money. So we see Lookout Spice Merchant versus Vagrant. Okay, so it looks like Hakha has the 5-2. So this is probably Paddock Vagrant, I think. Okay, nice trash with Lookout. So they summon Spice Merchant. Okay, I actually like that summon a lot. That's probably better than Paddock, yeah. Opening theory is kind of complicated with 5 events. Or 4 landscapes. So yeah, this is the finals of this tournament. There's been um, 2 brackets, Order and Chaos. I'll let Assemble Me explain them more when they join. But you have these very landscape heavy kingdoms, which produce some pretty unusual games. So far, it's like pretty quiet. Both opening with Lookout Something or Spice Merchant. I guess because they didn't hit, because they had 5-2. So let's see what PQR goes for here. You go for Devil's Workshop. I think I like Spice Merchant a little more. Okay, so they grab the buy from Spice Merchant. They do fail to hit 5. Looks like they want to look out now. Get rid of those estates. So here I think you take the buy so you don't trigger. By the way, Assemble Me had said that if anyone else wants to join in on commentary, they are welcome to. We can totally do 3-person commentary. So like Psycho, if you want to join, like feel free. Alright, so Lookout scoops up an estate. Top deck a Spice Merchant. Now we both have Devil's Workshops. So building on this board is like a little awkward, but Villa makes all things possible. So you can definitely load up on paddocks and use Villa to bail yourself out when you run out of actions. So between all the things, you can definitely build very big here. I'll admit I don't totally understand the Devil's Workshops because they can't usefully gain villas since they're in your night phase. And there's not a ton of 3 or 4 costs I really want. Like, I don't see wanting multiple spice merchants. Or more than one lookout. But I suppose they could be used for gold if you're going for something with gold and enhance and camel. We'll see what they end up using them for. I'm curious what we're going to see here from PQR. Again, not triggering. Here's our first paddock. And what are they going to take? Are they going to grab like a copper so they get an imp? Oh, we have an undo. Oh, no, it's a villa. Okay, so you villa so that you can get an imp. Okay, I like that. I like that. Seems pretty good. Okay, another lookout, and we Devil's Workshop for a gold. So I mean, we all know all the jokes about gold, but it's not a terrible card here. You're pretty. Ooh, that's a harsh lookout. Guess you trash a villa? Okay, you trash the silver. It would be really nice to hit Citadel here, which is why I kind of like having a gold in my deck. Because Citadel is just going to be really good. Who doesn't like an automatic throne run? So Vagrant nicely top decks a copper there for lookout. So here it's going to be hard to get 2 cards in for getting another imp. I'm not sure what we do with 4 here. It's a little bit of an awkward number. Looks like we're going to enhance a copper into a Vagrant. And then possibly take another Vagrant. I'm not sure what you gain here with Workshop. Silver. Guess that makes sense. They did trash the silver. Okay, so we finally get some horses in our deck and a second paddock. and we get a nice imp off of that. So yeah, I mean, Paddock goes great with Devil's Workshop. I was a little concerned at the start; it didn't really have good targets, but once you're gaining, 2 horses off Paddock, that's a free imp every time. It seems great. So this lookout here is a little scary. Yeah, I think you camel it. And we finally see PQR takes their first Paddock, so Hakha has 2-1 Paddocks, but still very early. We'll see where that goes. I might have played that lookout first when you knew there was a copper on top. Okay, so we're just not playing the lookout? Are we gonna camel it? Yeah, Citadel seems like it'd be really good. But instead they enhance the lookout to a royal carriage. Royal carriage doesn't feel as good here as it usually is just because you can't call it on horses. It's still quite good. You can call it on Villa, Paddock, Courtier.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey. Yeah, you said I can join, so I thought, why not do that for a bit? I might have to leave at some point, but
yeah, no problem. Yeah, Assemble Me is joining in like 15 minutes when their kids are asleep.
hey. Oh,
hakha3.
there he is.
Hey, so Psycho's also joining for a little bit.
Cool.
So yeah, we have a pretty quiet start to the game. Both just doing a little bit of building, enhancing some stuff into, I presume, another Paddocks, and now it's 2-2 on Paddocks. We've got some imps, we've got some Paddocks, we've got some horses. We did see a royal carriage by Hakha, which I thought was a little interesting just because you can't call it on horses, which is what you'd love to do.
Yeah, so we are in game 1 still.
Yeah, but neither player has hit Citadel yet, although it looks like Hakka is about to. Assemble Me, do you want to talk a bit about the format of this tournament?
Sure. So yeah, this has been a very special format actually. It was some sort of modified double elimination that has been played. So shoutouts to A Moffat, by the way, for coming up with that. Both players started in, or actually each player started in 2 different brackets right off the bat, and to make it a little bit more spicy, the brackets were also organized a little bit differently with a little bit of changes in format. So as you can see here, they are playing with 4 horizontal things, so way, event, landmark, project, and so on and so forth. And for the order bracket, players actually choose the type of the of the
Lands-
horizontals, and for the
landscapes.
chaos bracket, they are fully random. And so as we are in the grand finals here, we will actually switch the way that the horizontals are determined after every other game. And I don't know. Actually, I have forgotten who was the better seeded player who lost less games on their way to the finals. But I can check a second.
I saw you said PQR will start with 2 order games.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Thanks. So PQR was the winner of the order bracket. So we are having 2 order style games, which means games where they choose the horizontals, and then we will have 2 games chaos style, and so on and so forth.
And it's
Yeah.
first to what?
First to 3.5.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a full set here.
Yeah. And actually, what I wanted to mention is these 2 players are probably both fitted to win to come into the finals. Since yeah, I mentioned that they both played in 2 brackets, and actually the only match both of them lost was against each other. So they eliminated each other in one of the brackets, and now they are playing the third time to find out who's the real winner.
Wow, that's quite a result. That's a very interesting bracket structure. It's like pretty cool that they both ended up eliminating each other from the opposite bracket, and then they meet up in the finals.
Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention was the chaos bracket was not only chaotic due to the 4 horizontals that were fully random, but actually the seeding was also fully random. So we had no ordering by actual strength or something, but had some quite interesting matches right from the start that way.
Yeah, very cool. It's certainly a very interesting tournament.
The only thing that bugs me is that if you play with 4 landmarks, that my monitor somehow makes the other cards so small that I have to either
Yeah, same
look very
same here.
closely or I have to adjust my Chrome window size, and then it's fitting.
I've got the Chrome window
Yeah,
pretty big right now, so hopefully in the recording it comes through just fine. It's laid out pretty nicely with the 4 landscapes below and the 2 piles next to it. Although if we get a super setup heavy kingdom, this kingdom might go wild.
so I guess with this kingdom, there's also the problem that we also have the horse and the imp pile. Otherwise, it might fit for me at least. But in this case, it's also pretty tiny.
Damn you,
So better
Steph.
put on your glasses.
So
Yeah, the
yeah,
funny thing is for me, if I have it on my FA24, what's it called?
24-inch monitor.
Flat
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. And it's not fitting, but if I then adjust the window size just a little bit to my other screen, then it pops the landmarks below to the side, which I actually prefer.
Yeah, I'm usually not on my desk, but on my couch. So with my notebook. So always on a small screen.
Yeah, I'm on my laptop right now, so I've got the 4 landscapes below with the 2 little piles next to them, and it does fit. It works.
Okay,
So
so what about this game? What's
yeah,
going on?
so imps are obviously great here because you have horses, so they're essentially just labs. And with
Yeah,
Citadel, you can start really doing some cool stuff. You also
and
obviously have
hakha.
Villa to bail you out if you ever run out of actions. And it also gives you plus buy. So, I mean, I'm just the biggest Villa lover. I think it's like one of the best cards in the game.
So
So,
here we might actually see some. A camel is not a bad payload card here, right? You might see some gain and play here, gain some golds potentially, and then by Villa.
yeah, you also have Enhance to actually like turn those golds into provinces. There's no like exile
Yeah, that
loops
seems
with the
like a good
gold, but
thing to do.
getting a remodel for 3 on demand is pretty good for gold. One of its better cases, probably.
Could also enhance horses into 5 cost.
Yep, definitely. So I saw that PQR picked up a Courtier last turn. It looks like Haka's going to be gain and playing a Courtier right now. So we have Tavern as our and Workshop as our multi-type.
Workshop is actually just only a night card, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's just night. So we just have.
I guess that's I guess that's why they kept the carriage in their hand, which seemed quite strange to me. But I guess it makes sense if you want to get Cordia.
Yeah, now they can gain a gold and discard the other gold and draw them back up. Maybe you could have even. Yeah, I guess it's fine. You still want to draw those golds.
Yeah, looks good. Now you can play the carrot. I mean, it would be nice if they could somehow seed, but it's a little tricky. You don't really want to put golds into your deck that you're seeding. Probably just want to draw those up.
Bit surprised they took the buy, but I guess they can make use of it.
I agree here, Topher. I think you want to add more payload more than you want to add, more than you care about seeding a horse.
4 buys even. Okay.
And plenty of horses. So we're definitely going to get an imp off Devil's Workshop.
Do you green here?
I want to build a little more.
Yeah, I mean, I might, but this looks like a kingdom where you can really build very big. I mean, I guess it's not crazy, but it feels like you want to build more.
Yeah, sounds right. But I don't wanna. I want to green next turn. I think because with enhance around, the pirates or the provinces rather can run so quickly.
So,
Just calling the
storyteller.
carriage on the imp. I think I'd rather call a carriage on a paddock. You have plenty of draw.
What do we think about storyteller for Haka?
I think you
It's a
can
bit
draw without
conservative, isn't it?
storyteller. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit conservative to me, it feels like.
Yeah, the thing is with lots of overdraw, you can play like a million horses or vagrants or whatever as camel, and then
Mm,
this way, I guess you generate some money. So yeah, draw
mm,
looks really good. So I don't mind the storyteller all that much.
I think a problem I personally have is I tend to use storyteller as sort of a draw of last resort, um, whereas it's a more general card than that. So here, like with such good draw between paddock and carriage and imps, I'm not that tempted by storyteller because I feel like I can draw just fine without losing any money. But that's
mm,
probably the wrong way to look at it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I generally agree, but here with camel being around, overdraw is just so valuable that I don't really mind having like a million of overdraw. Although I guess you have that
Mm.
anyway with the horses, but maybe you want to camel the horses. I don't know.
Hmm.
Doesn't seem terrible, but yeah,
Makes
maybe a
sense.
bit on the conservative side.
So I think PQR really wants Citadel here. It looks like a very good event or
Yeah,
project.
yeah. I mean, in general, it looks like Haka is way ahead here, isn't he?
Yeah, like
or aren't they?
maybe
At
2 turns ahead.
least. Yeah.
Interesting spot now for PQR in terms of what they want to do this turn. Certainly not easy with all these projects and whatnot.
Yeah. It looks like they kind of want more carriages for their courtier to have a better target. I don't know if that's, well, I guess that's reasonable to think about.
Yeah. First of
Yeah, and
all, I
also,
would like to consider what I can do this turn in this turn in terms of gaining and playing golds mostly. Like you
mm,
can enhance the spice merchant, for example, into a villa, but before that do all the other stuff and then draw these golds.
mhm.
So yeah, one thing worth noting is PQR doesn't have any multi-types in their hand, so Cordia is going to be a little
Yep.
sad.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that they want another carriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess Hakha has 4 carriages to PQR's 1, so that feels
Mm.
pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I mean, the problem with carriages is that much of that draw is horses, I guess, which is not the greatest combo.
Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot play carriage on a horse, which is a little bit of a bummer. Well, I think there was that weird glitch on the site where you were able to play carriage on a horse under some circumstances, but I believe it's a bug. Like, I'm not talking about if you play it as a way and then it's still in play. There was some
Hmm.
weird bug people were discussing a while ago with Tragic Hero and horses where you're somehow able to call the carriage even though you shouldn't be able to. So PQR going into a
No, people
think
in the chat
here.
are already thinking if. Sorry,
No, I was just saying.
people in the chat are already. Go ahead.
No, PQR is going into a think. I mean, the conservative move would be generate a bunch of money and some golds, maybe seed your deck a little bit and grab Citadel.
Yeah, that seems fine.
But maybe PQR is a little bit too behind for like. Are they going to be forced to skip Citadel because they need to add more cards to their deck sort of desperately? Feels very hard to win here without Citadel.
I mean, honestly though, Citadel is just like another lab, right? I mean, you don't like actions. So well, you're gonna play a horse presumably at the start of your turn twice, and that it's just like another lab and
Yep.
another village effect. But I'm not sure that you really need the village.
Yeah. I mean, what
Complete,
Haka's what Haka's been doing so far is playing an imp on 2 horses usually, which feels pretty good.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we saw no villa shenanigans here on PQR side, so I wonder a little bit about that. There wasn't something to do.
Yeah, with a different order, they could have like enhanced the spice into a carriage and then gotten the carriage down on the mat.
Hmm. Something like that, yeah. I mean, it's basically what they are doing now, just the other way around.
Yeah, but
Topher in chat was asking if Hakka is able to gain 8 provinces, and I don't think
Yeah.
so because of the buys. I don't think you need 8 real buys, right, to enhance your goals or whatnot. But he can
yeah,
certainly score a lot this turn.
yeah. And I mean, okay, so if they call all the carriages on Villa, how many buys does that get them? They have 5 carriages? 4
Yeah,
carriages?
we have here, and also, I don't know how many villas. Probably 2. I think we saw 2 villa plays from PQR last turn. I'm not sure. Yeah, but it seems a bit tough on the buy side.
Yeah, I don't see 8 provs coming off yet, but they can certainly score a lot of points if that's what they want to do rather than keep building.
Yeah, I would like to win next turn as Hakha somehow, so a mixture of adding more payload and also making sure to not dirt if that's possible. Like playing a paddock and then drawing into like seeding a horse or something would be nice. But also gaining lots of golds probably.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
calling carriage on Courtier to get a bunch of golds out of exile.
Mm.
So PQR did grab Citadel on that last turn.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, if you play 2 more turns, it's probably good.
Yeah, so now for example the storyteller could be kind of nice if you want to play all these other cards as camels and then draw like
Mm.
however many you want to draw with the storyteller, draw all those goals up, and I don't know, do you take some points or do you just try to get them all next turn?
I mean, I
I
think
mean, I
I'd
guess
build
the
for
big,
another turn, just because there's no real pile pressure. Like I don't think PQR is going to take 8 probs their next turn.
I mean, the storyteller thing is surely a great move to build up the pressure to threaten the province pile out.
Yeah, I'm also not sure there is a pile out here because I mean Villa gain themselves in terms of gains, but
Mm.
we still need 2 other buys, and that seems okay. Carriages are also low. Maybe you can do it.
What's the third pile?
Yeah, I don't know, Vagrant, but seems a bit hard. I mean, the Roy carriages also kind of gain themselves in terms of buy because you can use them on Villa again for another buy. Yeah, but
True.
I wouldn't want to count that.
Seems tough.
I'm not sure. I would trash a cop at this point. I would rather probably camel the spice merchant. But I guess if you're looking at maximizing your buys, you want to take the buys from the spice merchant.
How many carriages do they have left? 2 on the mat, 1 in the hand. The last card. Is it another carriage? Even might be. Thought they had 4 at least.
Yeah, I have no idea. Two
Yeah,
province sounds pretty safe. Yeah.
definitely seems safe.
The funny thing is that Haka doesn't even need to province here since they are so far ahead.
Yeah, I think you
Even
can
just
safely
wants to
keep building
probably
here.
fine. Not like PQR can threaten anything next turn.
Agreed. So let's see. Hakha is 2
But
carriages
maybe they
still
are
on the mat.
looking for some ways of ending it right now.
I mean, they do take a buy from that merchant. Obviously, they don't just want to draw 1 card. But amping up for more buys does point towards them going for something bigger this turn.
Yeah, so many lines here. It's hard to tell what you do actually. So I think you can. So intuitively, I guess Blake could here reveal Royal Carriage for coins and buy, and then call the carriage twice. And then you have, I mean, I guess before that you play Vagrant and Horse also for golds. So so you would gain 5 golds, and then you draw them with the Storyteller, and then you play the Paddock, and then you play. Okay, earlier you don't play the Vagrant for the gold, so that you can play the Vagrant then and top deck 2 horses. If you followed that line, I don't know what it does in terms of money and whatnot, but at least you top deck 2 horses and you have like eight, 7-ish, 8-ish golds in hand. So that seems quite nice.
Yeah, so let's see. They have 2 carriages on the mat. So they could play this courtier 3 times now on carriage for something like gold buy. So they could get up to 8 buys. I don't think they'd have enough money to buy 8 enhances. I mean, that's 24.
Yeah, I mean, basically you need double amount of gold if you just have gold.
Yeah, I don't think we're calling carriage on Spice Merchant.
Yeah, actually, I also want to call at least 1 carriage on Paddock so that I can top deck more
Yeah,
horses.
agreed.
Yeah, I don't think going all in on courtier is the right move yet. Probably next turn.
Last card was a paddock, actually.
Okay, so now this Storyteller didn't do anything, but that's okay. You can top deck 6 horses and grab whatever, 2 provinces and some stuff. Top deck 9 horses. Sounds good.
Yeah, 1 horse has been drawn, so only 9. So 31 money if they want to play the golds, if they don't want to enhance.
Triple is probably okay, but
It's
just
definitely
because
safe.
I
It
want
just
to
feels a
count.
little slow.
Yeah, I just want to make sure not to lose, and then I win next turn. So
I'd rather build for another turn and then just win next turn.
yeah, I think that's happening regardless. I mean, if you take 2 or 3, I think you can take the rest next turn.
Yeah, 3 seems like a fine number to me.
This is probably one of the stronger boards for Camel I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, enhance is certainly nice with it.
And a gold gainer. I feel like Camel in general is one of the weaker ways, so it's interesting to see a board where it kind of shines.
So Hakha decides he rather wants to get rid of these golds. Not sure about that. I don't think it makes a difference, but
Why did they buy a duchy?
She seems very conservative.
I don't think you really have to worry about PQR taking 5 provinces. Their deck just isn't there yet.
I mean, maybe it's kind of tough to evaluate if you are that far ahead and to guess what the opponent's deck is really doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you assume your opponent is mirroring you pretty well, then that might feel a lot more reasonable. So now you have this awkward thing where you'd love to call all your carriages on Courtier, but you need one left in hand to be your Courtier target. Although you probably want to call at least one on Paddock, so I suppose it all works out.
is the last card a draw card? Because if it isn't, then they can't gain and play anything here.
Is that true? Yeah, that's correct.
You can gain and play a green card. You can't play the green card is the problem with that. But
Well, they could call
Guess
carriages
it's a
on
horse,
Vagrant.
actually.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. You can call the carriage on Vagrant, yeah. It's a bit sad though.
Definitely sad compared to calling it on
Yeah.
Paddock or Courtier.
I was thinking it's a horse for a second there, but I believe as Haka has 10 horses, it can't be.
Yeah.
It's Villa, says Topher.
Oh right, it got revealed, yeah, sure.
Good
Yeah,
old Vagrant
for
helping
the
us deck
rescue.
track. What a homie. Thank you, Topher, for pointing out that we're dumb. We appreciate it. Seriously. So yeah, what does PQR do in this position? Like, how can they try to get back into this game?
They can't. No, I mean Haka has 10 horses, 9 horses top deck.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
overlay.
Yeah.
Seems rather
So is this a
impossible.
totally resignable position where maybe PQR doesn't realize it's resignable because it looks like they're, like, if you just saw this hand in this state without knowing anything about Haka's deck other than they scored 2 provinces, it looks like, okay, like I can do big things. But if you're
Yeah, I
also
mean, it
looking at Haka's
seems
deck,
rather hopeless, but I mean, it's a grand final.
if you're looking at Haka's deck, then you realize like nothing I do doesn't just lose next turn. So in a way, this position is totally fairly resignable.
Yeah, but it's a grand final.
Oh, I wouldn't resign it.
It's game one. The spirit's still up.
Oh yeah, no, I mean things can happen, right? Like perfect play is not what we're used to. People make mistakes. It's certainly possible for Haka to throw here.
So let's try to figure out what the max points is that PQR could get here. That would mean enhancing 3 goals for sure, which would mean you need 3 buys. So Villa is the second buy, so you have to call on Courtier once. Then you have 4 buys. Like 4 provinces seems doable, but that's just losing as everything else does. And 5 doesn't help, and I also don't think it's possible.
Yeah, and how many courtier plays do they have at max?
At courtier doing double time, they can get 3 courtier plays. If they're okay with courtier just gaining a gold, then they could get 4. Or at least with the last one only getting a gold, they could get 4. So three double plays and 1 single play.
So we have like 12, 14, 16, 17, 18 money just from the action cards max. I guess it makes more sense to take buys. So they also have Villa on top, so 2 Villa, 3 buys, and then 2 courtier plays for more buys. So that makes 5 buys. So actually, maybe Hakha just counted the maximum buys they can generate when they calculated how many provinces they want to get. So let's say 18 initial buys and 18 initial money and 5 buys just from the actions, and then 4 more from the silvers. So we're at 22, so they could actually like enhance 3 golds, and then they still have what, something like 16. Yeah, 5 provinces are actually possible, maybe.
Yeah, so I guess triple wasn't safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still not sure if the 5 are possible, to be honest, but didn't really follow your counting there. So maybe.
So if you
Yeah,
look
it
at
seems close at least.
if you look at the opening, Hakha got a 2-5. It opened Vagrant into Summon Spice, whereas PQR bought Spice Lookout. So I wonder how far that put them ahead.
I mean, they got an amazing turn 3. They played the Lookout and revealed 3 estates, which was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, the 2-5 also seems also nice, I guess.
Yeah, you would think PQR's turn 3 would like put them in the lead, honestly.
Yeah. There must have been something wrong in the mid game.
Or Hakha just squeezed blood from a stone.
Okay, so PQR gaining gold, which means they're hoping for another turn, which I doubt is gonna happen, but might as well. Gotta do something.
Yeah, but I guess hoping for another turn is the only way that you win this.
Yeah, I agree.
It seems better than taking 4 or 5 provinces and hoping Hakha duds.
I mean, if they took 5 provinces, let's think about that for a second. That would be 30 points. They would be at 31. So yeah, that means Hakka would need the last province and
4 duchies.
3 duchies and an estate, which seems not that hard.
Yeah. Yeah, enhancing into duchies is pretty easy when you have tons of horses and other 3
Yeah,
costs
exactly.
and 5 cost cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess enhancing horses is simple enough to get all the duchies if you want them.
Yeah, you're just. I guess the question is just do you generate enough buys? But I think with calling carriage on Villa and Courtier,
Yeah,
you're fine.
yeah. I guess all the duchies was slightly exaggerating.
And you don't need 7, right? Like if you just grab 4 duchies or 3 in an estate plus the province, you beat it. Okay, so we are carriaging on Courtier a bunch, and this is. Okay, so we do get the nice seating there, and we are calling carriage on uh, Vagrant, like we had joked about earlier. So it looks like they are going to see their gold this turn. Wait, can they take 6 provinces?
Only 5 buys and
Ah,
also not enough money.
looks like they are going for 5 provinces and hoping that Hakha duds, which seems losing, but so does everything, so, you know. And a very deserved imp.
Yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, you're gonna lose either way, but at least make them take all the duchies, or
Yeah,
how many we said they need, like 4, right? But
just to prove us all wrong that three provinces were safe.
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been a fun end, right? You have this commanding position, and
Yeah,
they can never get 5 provinces, and then oops.
yeah,
Yeah, we all laughed at that duchy, like that seems slack, but it was totally correct.
Yeah, I still don't think. I mean, you can take something else other than province instead of the duchy, but
So you'd rather take like 1 province, or do you take? I mean,
no,
I was considering taking no provinces on Hakka's last turn, and building towards taking just all the victory cards on this turn.
I like taking 1 or 2. 2 seem fine.
yeah.
And then whatever, like another storyteller, another paddock or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't want to take 3 either. I mean, I mentioned that, but then I didn't finish my sentence. Just I don't want to count the possibility of my opponent gaining like 5 provinces, but I'm fairly certain that 6 is not possible. So I think I'm fine taking 2, and even if I'm even lazy, I'm just taking 1 because I mean 7 is out of reach for sure, and I'm pretty sure I can
Mm.
get 7 next turn. So yeah, 1 might be the safest and best line and most lazy one, which sounds like a good combination.
Yep. Lazy evaluation saves time.
Yeah, especially in positions like these, you're so far ahead. You don't really have to optimize to win. Just make sure to not lose, and then you basically win automatically.
Hmm. Yeah, carrying out a 1 position is not trivial. Like converting a very strong position into a winning endgame. It's a skill for sure.
Yeah.
So here we're getting some gold. And I think some of these cards are going to become duchies.
That sounds right. Yeah.
This is a lot of gold.
I mean, I guess you can just enhance gold as well into duchy.
Yeah, depends just how much money you end up generating. But this is quite a lot of carriages. So did they actually play their storyteller?
It's still in hand. I
No,
wonder.
this
No,
storyteller's
I
dead.
mean this whole game.
Oh no, I don't think they did.
I don't either.
I guess it's getting enhanced now, so it serves some purpose.
Yeah, it's gonna turn into a duchy. Okay, so I mean this is a pretty trivial win.
Spicy.
Do you even need to use enhance?
No, I don't think so.
The enhance is way more fun, so you got to do that.
Yeah, at least once. Now you could just buy out 5 duchies. But why do that when you could enhance stuff into duchies? Kill all the horses.
Oh, they actually took all the duchies.
Well, that deck is certainly capable. Alright, so Hakha takes game 1. Yeah, this could be a 7-hour match. Alright, we start the negotiations on the next one.
Yeah, now they get to choose the horizontals.
So it's a 1-2-1 situation. Alright, so we have some cool rat synergy here between Cathedral, Catapult, and Watchtower. And rats can be oxen.
Yeah, quite the board here again. So what do we do? Do we take Cathedral or not? Guess.
Probably. I mean, Catapult makes it a bit scary. One thing, I mean, do you get University here?
I would think so, yes.
It looks like the only village. I mean, there's Ox, but University. I mean, University is also a
Any
necropolis,
five,
but gaining fives
any
is
five
very
seems
strong.
good.
I suppose you can use Archive to set up Archive and Haunted Woods to set up like duration draw to recover from Catapult.
Yeah, I think in general, I think the best draw card is Watchtower here between Oxes and maybe University. But even if you don't go for them, like Ox some stuff and then play Merchant Guild, whatever, and then draw with Watchtower. So I'm not even sure I want like Archives. Like a counter room could be good, but I think my main draw would come from Watchtower.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, University Watchtower is like a nice engine, I guess. And then you get some merchant guilds.
Okay, so
Also
Hakha
pay
goes
low.
ahead.
Opens
Opens with
Cathedral, PQR mirrors.
Okay, and goes Watchtower immediately. I also would think that University pays off, so I think I would have probably opened with a potion.
Let's see if Hakha grabs a potion here.
I mean, maybe they want to get the Watchtower right away because it plays nicely with Cathedral early on.
Yeah, I mean, starting off with that draw to X works really nicely, as we see here when
And
they
that
find their
worked out
potion.
quite well.
Bless you.
Thank you. Oh, right, we also have transport here, so you can stack up a couple universities with transport and then discard them from exile. You also can never buy a potion and still get universities and just transport them.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Hakka. The draws have been nice, and now getting attacked is actually helpful. Well, maybe it wasn't, right? You had to discard a university.
So what are we gaining here? Merchant Guild? Woods? I guess Woods does not work with the DTX kind of thing.
It might still be fine because you have so many unis and cathedral, and then things you play like in between. One woods might be good. Also, make sure that you have like a uni and a watchtower in your starting hand, which you kind of have to have a good turn.
At least in action in a watchtower.
Yeah, right. You're right. You can always ox. Yeah, so watchtowers, lots of watchtowers probably.
We're gonna gain and play. Another uni.
And the watchtower shows up in the starting hand again.
Yeah, Hakha is drawing phenomenally.
So I have to apologize. My headset just ran out of battery.
No worries.
So just tell me if the quality is too bad to bear.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little rough, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if we have another 1 hour match, it will be fully loaded afterwards.
Also, I was recording the wrong video source for like half of game one, so don't feel bad. So we got some good like radio play-by-play for the first like half of game one. I didn't realize I had two Dominion windows open. OBS snapped to the wrong one.
Oh no.
It happens. I'm recording the correct one now, so we're all good.
I see. Oh, you played some on the side yourself?
Yeah, no, I think it was just a window I left open from playing last night. So I think everyone just gets to see my results screen for like 20 minutes.
I hope you were successful.
I kind of want to look now. No, it's me resigning a game on my alt.
Oh no. That's depressing.
I mean, I resign a lot on my alt.
Anyways, playing with Haunted Woods. I think KHC's alt is very well known already.
Yeah, I'm
So
not
it's
trying
not
to hide anything.
not a big reveal.
Council room looked a bit strange to me there, but if we're going back to the game.
How much do we like the Haunted Woods on Hakka's side?
I like the Haunted Woods a lot. I don't love the council room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think two woods are fine, as mentioned earlier. Make sure you have these watchtowers in hand, and then you can still. It also helps Cathedral a bit, right? You don't want to necessarily trash something good, which will probably come up at some point. Although, having said that, you might also just top deck some crap if you have a watchtower in hand at the end of your turn, and you have like the extra buy from Merchant Guild.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, I
actually
think
nice synergy here.
you go, Seiko.
Oh,
I was done.
I just said it's a really very nice synergy here with Cathedral and Watchtower. Just keep buying coppers and curses or something.
Yep. I mean, I think early on in the game, Woods is gonna be more valuable when you don't necessarily have a watchtower to set up. But by the time you get deck control, you should be able to consistently top deck like a random copper.
Yeah, so PQR doing similar stuff, but just a bit behind because of the opening mostly, I guess. I mean, we weren't a big fan of the Watchtower open, but it worked out quite nicely.
I think it makes a lot of sense with Cathedral.
So actually skipped Catapult and PQR got it. It seems like it's really close if you want it here or not.
I think
Certainly can certainly be painful if you don't have a
Watchtower, yeah.
or the Cathedral hurts with a 3-card hand, but I think so far Aka got pretty well away with it.
Yeah, and at this point, the catapult is rather a liability, right? You're already quite thin with the cathedral. You're not even sure that you can successfully play this
Yeah.
catapult. And
I think you just ox it, yeah. Oh, they ox the merchant guild, so they don't get the buy, but they still get the effect, and they don't get the coin.
Yeah,
But they
but
have
I guess
another merchant guild, so
yeah, I guess very soon the catapult will be eaten by the cathedral anyways. Will be sacrificed.
yeah, I guess you attack once more here because why not?
Seems like Hakha is very well ahead again. They have all the draw basically. I don't know about the trashing situation, but I guess we can just have a brief look. Well, it seems like Hakka has a few more coppers, probably due to the catapult that PQR has. But right now, I'd rather have Hakka's deck.
Yeah, for sure. Also with 2 Haunted Woods coming in, making sure to not dirt, hopefully.
yep. Make sure you find a
Yeah.
copper for cathedral. So is there a good way to get green out of hand here? Is there any way? I guess you could put it in an archive.
I mean, there's this $7 cost castle.
Yeah, opulence is a possibility. But yeah, it seems like late game, Haunted Woods might be pretty strong once they're carrying green.
Hmm.
That would honestly be wild to dig for opulent just to have a way to get green out of hand.
Yeah, but for now, it looks like the end game's not gonna be that long because merchant guilds are gonna in so many coffers and you green over the course of, I don't know, 2 turns or something.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
really like Merchant Guild Megaturns. A while ago, someone gave me the advice to play with it like it was a bad bridge. Like, go for the same kind of stuff as bridge. Just build an engine that plays a ton of them, and you'll kind of be able to delete some piles. And it's very true. It is just kind of like a bad version of bridge.
It's kind of a delayed bridge, but it's so much fun to just pull the trigger and uh, put in like 40 coffers at once.
Oh, yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's a fun card. Although it doesn't sound fun in real life if you're actually using tokens rather than just writing down coffers on a piece of paper.
I guess. I mean, I've never played it in real life actually.
I played with coffers once in real life, but we didn't have, or maybe we were just lazy. We didn't actually use tokens. We just had a piece of paper for everyone that they wrote down their coffers on,
Mm.
which worked
Archive.
pretty nicely.
Oh, I guess maybe Archive is nice now. If you want to gain another watchtower, you can set it aside. Maybe that's the idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can set it up nicely.
Okay, I'm not sure why you want that
Yeah.
watchtower now.
I mean, I guess you can still buy something and top deck that. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, for the
Or
top
you
deck
can
of
also
it.
gain and play another merchant guild because yeah, you can ox and then draw. Okay, no, they
Yeah,
didn't do
nice.
that.
Oops. Didn't we want to play the watchtower there? It doesn't change anything. I mean, they could have also boxed the other merchant guild, I guess.
Yeah, they could have oxed the other merchant guild, but I guess they value the top decking a bit higher to make sure to have a copper in the starting hand. Although
I
the
mean,
archive already has stored a copper, so yeah.
yeah, but to be fair, they didn't just have a copper. I mean, they set up their whole opening hand.
Yeah, and also like this, they were able to trash some coppers, so they bought with yeah, they trashed with the watchtower and still got the coffers.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. They set up more than just a copper. Sure. So one mistake I sometimes see with the earlier mentioned Merchant Guild as bad bridge is that people tend to green a bit too late, I think, with Merchant Guild. And then they find themselves with like 40 coffers and only 4 buys or something.
Uh-huh.
So as Hakka, I think I like greening rather soon. Because at some point the buys are gonna be the bottleneck and not the amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. But they got the council room to make up for that. A little bit at least.
Does PQR have a Haunted Woods?
Nope.
So they don't need to be as afraid of greening.
Yeah, the haunted woods seem kind of nice here.
Yeah, I mean, PQR can definitely gain and play one if they want to.
Yeah, sure, but at this stage of the game,
Seems a little late.
seems a little late, and it seems like they need something that does something right now. They do gain and play. Nothing that is coming a turn later.
You just grab another Merchant Guild here?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess with transport, you have to watch out for them piling universities, even though they only have one potion.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's hard to have enough Merchant Guilds to pile estates here, though.
Even reds out is possible, right?
Oh,
Gaming.
yeah, you're not holding any green right now, so you could do something like grab the Merchant Guilds and universities after gain and playing 20 rats.
Yeah, actually that might be doable, right? And the watchtowers are the
Watchtowers
first.
are also getting low.
That would actually be a way to lose as Hakka. Like you feel pretty safe and don't green maybe, or maybe you take bomb province and then suddenly PQR finds the way with the double rats and watchtowers. So if Hakka doesn't find it, let's see if they take another university here. That would make it a bit easier for Hakka even. Well, actually, yeah, I guess it does make it a bit easier.
So Hakka has 5 merchant guilds and 5 universities as well. Yeah, that's a lot of gains. Also, council room. So 5 universities, 5 merchant guilds, and a council room. They will probably have to draw with some of these watchtowers, so they cannot use all the merchant guilds for buys.
So, whatever they buy here, they're going to be forced to top deck this watchtowers. They only get one effect off of watchtower here.
Yeah. Actually, Haunted Woods is on buy and Watchtower is
Is it on
on.
gain?
Yeah.
You don't even get to use it once, is that correct?
It sounds correct. Okay, so PQR does green.
Yeah, I guess they have to. I guess pqr. I guess Hakha is pretty close to being able to pile out already. As I was trying to count the gains.
I mean, iron rocks are a bit harder, right? Because you have to also draw them, and they don't draw themselves.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you pile out ironworks in an auto pile. I mean, I've seen them before with things like groom and livery, but on its own?
I guess this draw makes it a bit harder.
I mean, you can Ox a Watchtower and then play another one. You should draw okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the question is, do you immediately play one watchtower so you can play another if you find like university? But I'm not sure which is better. I think I would. How many? Hakka has 4 watchtowers.
I think I would have played one Watchtower as Ox, play Merchant Guild normally, and then play another Watchtower.
Yeah.
Well, does that leave you an action short, actually?
I mean, the one coin from Merchant Guild doesn't really do all that much, so I would rather be a bit more cautious when in doubt and just Ox more Merchant Guilds.
I mean, I guess if they want to win now, they need buys.
Yeah, okay, alright. You need the buys, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the buy, not the coin. But okay, so they do
Yeah,
just
I
play a Watchtower and it pays off. They find some cards.
If I counted unis correctly, they should still have 2 more unis to come.
Do you top deck another Merchant Guild here?
Oh, Merchant Guild is at 1. I didn't even realize that either.
Yeah, we're very close to a pile out here. Let's see, Hakka needs... Well, it's unclear how many buys they need because they can... I'm not sure how many more unis they have down there.
Yes, as mentioned, I think they should have 2 more, but I'm not 100%.
Alright, let's say they have 2 more. So they can take Merchant Guild here and then 2 Watchtowers. Then they just need to take a Watchtower, a University, and transport a 3rd University. So it's only 3 buys and 8 potion money. Should leave them comfortably able to do that and score.
Yeah, that should be doable. So that means gaining Merchant Guild here. Do you top deck
Yeah,
it?
I wouldn't.
So I think Hakka is just reading out the line and trying to make sure this is a win. Having that council room looks pretty good for making this a win.
I think I would gain the Merchant Guild now, not top deck it, and then draw with Council Room.
Sounds good to me. Oh,
Ooh, fancy.
Are we going for a rats out?
Looks like it, but
So Haunted Woods becomes an ox.
Yes. Now we have to Haunted Woods for sure.
Okay, so we can use the unis to gain another rats, and then should be able to do a rats autopile.
yeah, but is that winning?
Well, you
There were
get
other
another
ways.
merchant guild in play, and you have 13 coffers and 4 buys, so that deletes rats. Oh, then you need, yeah, only 3 buys to take out. Oh, does this only lose?
I mean, you can still do the other thing.
Oh, you
But
have
only
another buy off merchant guild, so no, this wins. Because you rats autopile, you have 5 buys, so you transport 2 universities, and then you just win.
yeah.
I mean, I guess you have to do the rats pile out because
No,
just because, you know.
there's a line that doesn't use it and just transports a bunch for universities and just gains 2 watchtowers and buys the 3rd. But this is more fun. And this
So
wins by 1
it's
point.
exact money, exact points. Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
very cool game.
I mean, it works, so no complaints about that.
I
It
like to
doesn't
see a
have
cool stylus
win.
finish.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
Yeah, and I'm trying to switch back to my headset. It had 20 minutes to load now.
Yeah, sound actually got a bit worse over time, I felt like. Okay, new kingdom with goons, summon, frog.
All right. How's it now?
Yeah, it's better again, yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of do hear myself a bit duplicated, but I'm not sure if that's coming from you or from
Could be.
here.
Well, I'm wearing I have headphones on, so I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it's not from me.
it's gone away now.
Okay, so maybe a bit of a calmer kingdom than the previous 2.
Yeah, the only village is summon, right?
Yeah, and only barely. You
It's
have to
sort of.
summon passage. There's doggos, so you can do some stuff with dogs, like Taxman Doggo, but that doesn't feel very inspiring. Topher likes it.
I mean, there's Scepter is sort of a village too in some way, but it's not really working with goons.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can scepter sheepdogs, but that's barely doing anything.
What you can actually do is you can Scepter and then Frog,
Yeah,
but it's also not that inspiring.
And the main question actually
Scepter
is
and Waste.
if Taxman is any good or not because of the sheepdogs, but my guess would be that you just play like single goons and get thin with Villa, and then
you mean
yeah.
Temple?
Yeah, what am I talking about? Temple. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
imagine
the
if
Age of
Villa
Building.
thinned.
Why did I say that? Now I have to look at the art. My God, not really, not really similar. I mean, yeah, not really.
There's some similarities. It's like a similar style.
Yeah, and Villa was in the last kingdom, so no,
in
in
that
the first
spot.
one.
In that spot too.
Yeah, okay. More excuses.
Yeah. So, the fact that this is a colony game is a little
So
awkward
pictures are
here.
tiny again.
So the fact that this is a colony game is a little awkward here, considering the draw is so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Guess you're also gonna play with a couple of. Yeah, it's just a bit of a sad board, in my opinion.
Agreed.
So they both opened Silver Temple, which looks pretty good. But
Sounds
you
reasonable.
would choose more than one silver. Maybe you switch to rights now on those $3 hands.
Yeah, that seems good. I don't think on colony boards you generally want more than 1 or 2 silvers.
I wonder how crazy Taxman is.
I mean, I was looking at Taxman with some sheepdogs to support it. It's not that crazy. You can frog sheepdogs if you want to make sure they land in your next. I mean, you could do something weird where you're frogging Taxman and sheepdogs with Scepter at the end of your turn. That just
Yeah,
seems.
actually, yeah, I missed that. The sheepdog with frog. I don't know if you mentioned that earlier, Assemble Me,
Yeah,
but that's
I did.
actually village, right? You can frog some of these sheepdogs, and then you have the village effect. If you play a taxman and gain something,
Yeah.
and then actually you have these sheepdogs for next turn. So maybe that's actually what you need to do here.
The thing is, even with the village effect, like, what is that getting you? You can play multiple goons, which sounds good, but how are you drawing the goons? Sheepdogs?
Yeah, for that you would like want all the sheepdogs and one taxman, and then like however many goons you can
Oh
have.
yeah, you're right. Now
And,
I yeah, okay.
and some scepters,
Yeah,
probably, to try
sheepdog
to
frog
frog the
works.
taxman again.
Yeah, that's really convoluted, but I guess it works.
Yeah, right. You need to also top deck that taxman. Yeah. So one step. Yeah, that could be actually kind of a fun deck.
It sounds really fun.
It
I don't
looks
know
like
if
you
it's
need
good.
Yeah, I don't know
it
either.
sounds like you need a sorry. It sounds like you need a lot of sheepdogs to make that happen, right? Because you probably need some to draw, and then you need some to frog, and then you can play like 2 goons.
Yeah, definitely. It's not a very efficient build.
Yeah, but the thing is, if it's uncontested, I think it's pretty good. So I think you just start going for it, and then if your opponent doesn't follow, you're happy
Yeah.
because uncontested looks pretty good, and then it's contested, then it's going to be sad again. But at least it's sad for both of you. But I think I would start going for it.
Well, there's also
Yeah, I mean
Guardian
it's
to try to neutralize the 3 card hand effect, which sounds pretty important.
I mean I guess it's the only way to play multiple goons, so if the
Well,
other
you could
player
also
doesn't do it,
summon
you do it.
passages. That's the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Haka did actually summon the Taxman. And yeah, I was considering this Guardian for PQR as well, because I think at some point you actually want to play with a couple of Guardians, so it might be
Agreed.
better than this ride, because it might have helped you hit 6, but it didn't happen. But you can summon now. Oh,
Summoning's
By
good.
the way, we actually already saw the Taxman by Hakha.
Yep, summoned in.
Yeah.
okay, PQR follows with the Taxman summon. I guess you do silver into gold here now as PQR. Unless you want to summon again. So now's kind of the moment of truth, right? If I'm going for the sheepdogs, I want to start gaining them now.
Yeah, also, Haka picks up a Guardian, so these taxmen are pretty defensive only. Crazy board where taxman is so important. So, Assemble Me, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a chaos board, so the distinction of the kind of the 4 landscapes was random?
Yes, you're right. We also saw no voting for types at the beginning of the game or before the game started.
Yep, so we got 3 events and a landmark.
Still hoping for a multiple way.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
game.
watched a multiple way game. That would be really cool. Although apparently very annoying for the players.
Well, it's all right. I think it sounded worse than it was to actually play it. So
Yeah, I mean,
when I wrote one,
someone told me about it. You just have to click on the way button before you use the way, right?
exactly.
Doesn't seem like a huge deal.
I mean, if you really have to do it for every single play, I mean, it might be a little bit awkward, but wasn't in my case.
So PQR deciding if they want to trash copper or silver. I said silver earlier, but I guess maybe the copper is better so you can summon something.
You summon a dog here?
Yeah, probably, but they go ahead and trash the
That sounds
silver.
good.
Oh, silver interceptor, I guess, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scepter seems good.
If you're going for this sheepdog taxman build, then I think you want the scepter.
It's gonna take a while until it really comes together, I guess, but it's not like the game is gonna end anytime soon.
Yeah, this is going to be a slog.
Bit of a sad draw here for PQR. I guess you can frog some stuff. Okay, so now I guess Hakha is going to trash silver into something because difference between $3 and $4 doesn't really seem all that big. I don't think you want a secret
Yeah.
privilege.
Yeah, I guess you just take Scepter.
Yeah, so PQR seems to be doing the fun thing. And I also think it's the right thing. And now the question is, I guess Hakha didn't. Did they have 3?
They had 3, yes. They could have gotten Sheepdog instead. They opted to get the right instead. Sheepdog.
So we get to see our first dog activation here.
Yay! Start the hype.
Everyone loves a good doggo.
I mean, it's really a fun card. I love it. I love it.
It's a really cool card. It's like very simple, right?
Silver into gold, maybe now? I don't know if you want. Yeah, I
Looks
guess
like
okay,
they
you
want
can
more
also.
scepters.
I want to buy a goons now, I think.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, maybe you keep summoning for a while until you have deck control and then add the goons. I don't know. But goons attack is also pretty annoying, so I think I would want to buy the goons now.
Kind of haven't seen these Guardians for a while.
Actually, yeah, I mean they have guardians. I'm not sure if you need the goons early. Or if you should rather try to trash a bit more and cycle a bit more and get more sheepdogs.
I mean, they're definitely going to need more sheepdogs if this plan is going to come to fruition.
Yeah, one doesn't seem like enough, I agree.
But goons also get you plus buy, which gets you more sheepdogs.
Hakha got a second temple. When did that happen? I feel like people take too many temples, especially like on this goons board where VP doesn't seem to be like the most important thing. Oh no, there's still, when did it happen? I don't know. So Hakka is pretty thin, but they don't have much economy. Trash is the taxman now. Okay, so no fun tactics for Hakka anymore.
Playing the good old goons money.
Yeah, now I'm rooting for PQR. Playing the goons money without the goons. I guess.
I've
Okay.
kind of been rooting for. I've kind of been rooting for PQR all the time. Just because they the last tournament that I hosted was the dual set, and PQR actually won that one as well. So stay on course here.
Yeah. Okay. So they seem to be doing well when you host those tournaments.
Yeah, let's go PQR.
This might be the first time we get to see a taxman into React Sheepdog as Frog.
Yeah, let you play the goons.
Yeah.
And they
Ooh,
find
yay.
it. Yay. What a cool deck. I don't know if it's going to win, but it's cool.
Yes, definitely. Now you just buy another sheepdog, I guess.
Yeah.
You really need more of those.
Replay goons for style points.
That's not just style points, it's also a real VP.
No, you don't get extra
Yeah.
VP from
Oh
copying
yeah,
goons.
right.
It's while in play.
I think you
Otherwise,
actually a passage here, right? So you can get rid of this. Whatever. What's on top is silver and
temple.
yeah. So you can top deck only the temple and play that silver, right?
Yep, that would work. Looks like they go
Right.
ride guardian.
Yeah, I guess the Guardian is also fine. I mean, the Goons was pretty likely to come up for Haka,
Yeah, okay.
and it is kind of nice.
So now I guess you just trash one, get another sheepdog.
Yeah, and you can
Or you
frog the sheepdog on reaction.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Or not on reaction. Both work.
I mean, I guess the alternative was to not trash and summon instead. Oh, it trashes the silver even.
We trash silver. I think you really want more sheepdogs, right?
Yeah.
Certainly value protection very high.
Yeah, they've got the alternating guardians thing set up now.
I think that was actually their third one. But I guess since they are not drawing.
Yeah, I think I actually liked not trashing last turn and summoning a sheepdog.
Yeah.
Over time, you will get rid of these coppers and silvers and whatnot with the taxman plays anyway. I feel like. So what's on top here? A guardian and the goons.
Yeah.
And something else.
Is 2-0 Haka J Nails.
Yeah, so this turn it's not gonna be the greatest. I think I like frogging the taxman and the sheepdog. Doesn't really seem to be doing a whole lot if you. I guess you can also taxman the copper and then frog the sheepdog. I don't know.
I could see taxmanning those two, templing the copper, and then using the scepter as money and buying another dog.
You said taxmanning those two. I guess you mean frogging.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I really
Well,
buy.
now we don't do either.
What?
Whoa. No,
Oh.
no, they deviated from the fun deck into the sad deck.
All right, so we're looking at like Goons Ride Money.
Yeah. So sad. I was hoping they would do it. They were so close.
I mean, they were on track, and I think actually it's pretty good. It takes, as mentioned, it takes quite a while to set up, but you will get multiple goons in play at some point, and that should really make a difference, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean they had two chances at least to get more sheepdogs, and they decided against that. So
It might still be like for
oh
Haka.
no,
I mean,
Yeah,
we're playing money, so gold. Yeah.
just as Jane Ains enters, Haka buys gold.
Yeah, and they don't have a taxman anymore, so they can't even taxman it to a platinum.
Hmm.
Sorry, J Nails.
Maybe that sorry was actually not for the undo, but for the gold buy that Haka just wrote.
now I hope that Haka gains this taxman back and transitions back into the the other thing.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Yep, looks like we're playing Goons Ride Money.
Yep.
This is interesting. I was thinking recently, like
Yeah,
Ride.
Jane Ains were,
Sorry, you go.
yeah, Jane Ains to answer. We were really hoping that they would build the taxman sheepdog goons build where they react with sheepdog as way of the frog to get actions, and it looked like PQR was going to build that for a while, but a couple of turns ago they decided to trash all the components that were in that direction. So yeah,
Yeah, because of that, I think now Hakha should be a bit ahead. They have 2 goals. At this point, the Scepters don't seem to be doing a whole lot anymore
No.
for
Yeah,
pqr.
I don't see why you'd buy another scepter there.
I mean, the nice thing with Scepter is if you Scepter goons, you can just buy more rides. So, but then the rides, what do they do? Draw the Scepter again.
Yeah.
It's like a fancy supplies, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it is, you know, neutral at
Honor team
least.
supplies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And supplies is like a peddler, right? And Scepter,
So Scepter draws 2 cards, is -1 card. So it's overall +1 card, like supplies. But it gives you 2 coins instead of 1.
buying a ride only increases your hand size by 1, right? And
Yep.
Scepter decreases your hand size by 1, so it's draw neutral in that regard.
Wait, no. Buying a ride increase your chance. Yeah, okay, you're right. So yeah, it's a peddler, but it gives you 2 coins.
Yeah, but you are spending those 2 coins for the ride.
Oh
Yeah,
god, you're
it's
right. So it's
neutral.
not
It's
even
just
that.
spinning.
It's just spinning.
It's just spinning. Yeah. And it's not even VP since you're buying an event.
Yep.
So with these kinds of decks, do you don't green, right? You buy like all the passages first, and more, do you even need more platinum? I guess you just buy like 2 passages then now here. I guess you could summon one. I'm not sure about that third guardian. I mean, yeah, being protected is nice and all, but
Yeah, it seems like they want to bloat up their deck a little bit with the second goons there.
yeah, I guess.
So
I guess that's fine. I mean, if you're adding more stop cards, it's not like you're gonna see your one single goons every turn.
and I guess frogging goons does get multiple goons in play, and then you can use Scepter to generate the buys and money. So it's actually
Ooh,
kind of interesting.
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you can have a 4 goons. No, I guess you also need to have a guardian. Yeah, I was gonna say like some sort of goldenish deck where you just keep buying passages for a while and generate VP, but yeah, the opposing goons attack is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Even though I have to say this deck that they are building now, it seems like it draws worse than the sheepdog deck.
Yeah, I mean
Even
buying one ride a turn is not like
yeah,
doing a whole lot.
In response to Malo, summoning Passage seems fine. Summoning Temple seems risky. And it comes with points, but I'm not sure that matters.
It's funny that now at turn 18 both have generated 24 points from the goons so far.
And Basilica.
All right,
yeah,
yeah.
Basilica.
So,
And Temple.
yeah.
But yes, only VP chips. That's all we like as high-level Dominion players. Green cards,
Yeah, never
boo.
like green.
VP chips, yeah.
Yeah, just buying things here is a bit hard. Okay, summons a passage.
Yeah, because if you know that you have a couple of goons coming up, summoning passage is a good move. Oh, there, look at that. We have 3 goons in play. Nice. Now what do you do? Buy 3 rides or summon? Yeah, you kind of want to summon, right? I mean, what do you want to buy here? Probably just the lagoons.
I mean, what I want to buy is Taxman and Sheepdog, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh, agreed. Fully agreed.
They have got 3 goons in play, so, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I think I want to buy some cards as opposed to summoning or riding. This game is never gonna end, right?
It's definitely going to be a long one. We're definitely in for a slog. Yeah, game 2 was pretty quick. Game 1 was about an hour. Game 2 was like 20 minutes to half an hour.
Yeah, 2 hours, and we are in game 3.
I mean, certainly these 4 landscape boards mean that there's just more to consider.
Yeah.
Slows things down.
I mean, I'm not the one who blames anybody for playing slowly, so
Oh, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I wouldn't say blaming it. Just, we could look at, like, what is the pace of this match, and it's certainly slower than maybe we're used to seeing a little bit.
yeah, and also the first one with all the enhancing was very complicated.
Yeah, yeah. Very complicated board. This board is, in a way, simpler. Maybe it's just sadder, although not necessarily that simple. I don't really want to summon now. I have 3 goons in play. I'd like to score
Yeah,
some points.
exactly. Yeah, that's also what Psycho said. You really want to buy some cards here to get the VP.
Yeah, Kato ride seems reasonable. Because otherwise it's hard to buy 2 cards, right? Unless you want to really go back into Sheepdogs or Silver, but yeah,
Double
those...
sheepdog. Do it.
And you don't really want another Guardian, I guess. Oh, but they go for the summon actually.
Yeah, this is like spinning to no end. Summon and ride with 3 goons in play. Let's go.
Yeah. Watch my militias go.
Maybe Hakha is able to get 2 goons plays in of his own. If he draws another goons with this. Pass it.
We bought two events now.
Yeah, summon and ride.
Yeah.
See, it does not score any points. Possibly they're just preparing for their 4 goons turn. That's a lot of money.
It is.
I guess you could frog, but I probably want to have the 3rd buy here. Double
Okay,
platinum.
we are buying money.
Yeah. I guess Hakha is going to green soon.
Yeah, at this point, with all these platina looks right to just buy colonies at some point, I think.
Colonies are a lot of points, but, you know, 3 goons in play again, they can certainly score a large amount, especially with 5 buys.
Okay, here we go.
Or 1
Colony.
buy.
Ooh. Yeah, it kind of looks like PQR is not believing in their deck anymore with the platinum buy there.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you can just buy a couple of passages there. It costs you 6 points.
Do you mean here? 3 passages or?
I meant last turn, but this is also not that bad, I guess.
I'm still trying to come up with a very tiny golden deck, but it doesn't seem to be working. Where you have like 1 guardian and then say 2 goons. And I guess you also need a temper to draft the card you bought. And then you generate like 2 VP a turn. That's pretty bad. And then you also need 1 scepter. So maybe it actually, yeah, I guess you can do that, but it only scores 1 point a turn.
Yeah, it's
And then
not inspiring.
guardian, 1 goons, 1 scepter. No, sorry, 2 guardians, right? Because you have to alternate them. 2 guardians, 1 scepter, 1 goons, 1 temper. Does that work?
No, it's 6
Oh.
cards. Oh, wait, one of the guardians stays out.
I guess you can even make 2 goons work. And then no, 1 goons, only 1 goons. And then each turn you just frog the goons, and then you scepter it for 2 money, and then you buy an estate or a guardian. And then next turn you can, frog the. I mean, you also have to. Next turn you frog the goons and then trash the estate. And then no, you actually make 2 points like that in a turn. That's amazing, right? And you can do that until estates and guardians and coppers run.
Yeah, over the very long game, it'll catch up.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit of a sad draw for Hakha. No
That's a
goons.
lot of money cards. Alright, so this game actually will end because they're both starting to buy colonies.
Yeah, but who's gonna win? Seems pretty close, right? Hakka should have the better deck. I think they have
So
more platinum.
yeah, here PQR doesn't have enough money for Colony Guardian.
Yeah.
Guardian Province?
Maybe just like Temple Kato.
Oh, Temple's worth a lot of points right now. Okay, good frogging to not trigger that shuffle.
So this is
No.
okay.
Why did they had 2 actions? They could have just played the goons as normal. They didn't even need to. Oh, they probably wanted to put it on top again, right?
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess.
That means they miss colony.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, I guess you really want to play that goons then.
On the other hand, now you can buy 2 useful things and also score 4 points at least. I think I want to buy cartographers at this point. I mean, what else? Province. Yeah, I guess you can buy provinces. It's also okay, but what to do here as Hakha? Do you just top deck a horse maybe and buy the colony, or do you want to play this horse?
I think you top deck the horse.
Yeah, top deck seems fine.
Okay, that's more top decking.
Yeah, that's actually better, right? Also got
Yeah.
to top deck the platinum. I mean, basically top deck. I assume they put it position 2 or something to hide that valuable information where you put the unknown card.
They certainly have a platinum in this hand, so
So it looks like Hakka's in a good position now.
we're in copper buy mode for pqr.
Colony and summon. Yeah.
I will be right back. I have to let someone in who forgot their key.
Well,
Okay, so PQR can get 2 goons in play. Then they have 11, 15, 17-ish, maybe a bit more. And go like colony. And that's gonna be a good turn. Not sure if they should colony though.
hmm.
I mean, maybe
Yeah,
they
I mean the problem is what's happening if Hakka gets one more colony? Do they even have a chance to ever reach that?
it's hard for sure. But Hakka has that passage summoned, so it seems kind of likely for Hakka to hit colony from their point of view, but as we see, the Hakka has 2 colonies in hand, so it's not guaranteed yet.
Hmm.
There's no way to double colony, so yeah. It's pretty close actually, but wait, is there another platinum down here?
I have no clue, honestly.
Because then you can play the passage, and if you see the platinum, you win.
Hmm.
Could have actually done that with the first. Yeah, if there's another platinum down here, you just zap the passages, and that's has a good chance of getting there. There would also, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if there's a platinum down here, so. If there is, I think you should certainly play a passage now.
Hmm.
That would be a surprising end, right? Double colony out of nowhere.
Hmm.
I don't think there is a colony platinum down here though.
Yeah, so yeah, double province kind of makes sense, and also coppers.
Yeah, so they
Yeah,
caught up points wise. Still pretty close.
Yeah, so PQR has bought a bunch of coppers during this shuffle. So I think 4 to catch up on points. But now they're going to shuffle.
Yeah. So Hakka's deck's still a bit more functional at this point.
Yeah.
Can maybe top deck a platinum here and maybe also frog a goons and then just buy province. Can also play the goons regularly, of course. PQR isn't protected, so yeah, I guess you just play the goons.
Yeah, I guess just playing the goons
But
for the attack and top decking platinum and buying a province kind of makes sense.
yeah. Province right even. Or
Yeah.
Province Guardian. Probably right though.
Yeah. I don't know how desperate you are for points as Hakka.
Yeah, I wouldn't be super desperate. One fun thing I thought about earlier, but was unlikely to ever come up, is if you have lots of passages, which they have, you can put all the bad cards on the bottom, and then one cartographer possibly discards all of your bad cards, which basically make
Ooh.
passages quite a bit better. But I mean, the greening phase
Mm.
wasn't so long here, so I don't think that was worth it. Although at some point, I think I would have gotten a cartographer.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
It's also,
Cartographer is kind of nice.
yeah, it's also a nice thing with Scavenger. You can play in a chunky deck. You can just put those junk cards on the bottom, and then hopefully see your Scavenger in time, and then discard your deck.
Hmm.
Okay, so we didn't get to see the top deck platinum. That probably means Hakka wants to summon here by province and summon a passage. Maybe at this
Yeah.
point, summoning a sheepdog also a consideration. Of course, you could also just buy another card for another point, but 1 point doesn't seem to be making the difference. So I think I want to province and then summon. I don't know what. Probably still the passage.
Yeah. I'm also leaning towards passage, even if you have, even if you have to put something into the deck from your hand. I mean, if you find the other goons, I'm pretty happy with the action.
Yeah, although I guess you can always frog the second goons, but at this point 2 money also seems kind of nice. Province, summon a passage. Okay. So PQR not doing anything this turn, just top decking the goons, hoping for a better turn. That seems okay, I think. Do you buy a copper?
Hmm.
I mean, this order suggests that they want to top deck the horse as well. I don't think you buy the copper for a point. Doesn't seem worth it. With multiple goons, it seems reasonable at this stage of the game, but yeah, right before the shuffle, You're behind in points anyway.
Yeah.
Hey guys. I've
Hi.
returned. I've successfully let one of my roommates back into the apartment after they locked themselves out.
That's great.
So looks like we're still slogging in the end game a bit.
Yeah, and pqr just made a very strange play in my eyes. I mean, I guess they decided to not frog the horse, and then they didn't want to undo the goons play because oh no, never mind. I'm talking nonsense. Yeah, you still get the effect of frogging the goons. Still a bit strange order to me.
Mm.
Yeah, Hakha seems to be in a good position now. Can Province.
So lots of money in hakha3. Yeah.
Can Province summon again? Which seems good. Yeah, and pqr's turn is looking pretty sad now.
Let's see. Yeah, this is not a great hand for PQR. Is Haka gonna go up 3-0?
Looks like it.
Yeah. I mean, we still don't really know, but pqr's position is definitely not great, and they have a lot of coppers in the shuffle now. This hand is also not looking great for pqr. So
Province.
I
No,
mean,
they
it could be
Oh,
province summon
colony.
something and then right.
yeah, okay, that's
That's
probably.
kind of aggressive, but it's also good
Those guardians will give some coin.
for sure.
Yeah, I guess it was fine. Was a bit
Okay, he
surprising.
Yeah,
wins.
and they get there. Nice.
All right, Haka looking to close this out.
Yeah, 3-0.
Just needs a tie to win.
So yeah, this could be the last one.
Although he's player one this time, so gonna be hard for him to intentionally get a tie. But the tie is losing for PQR now.
Yeah.
So let's look at this board. We got Urchin, we got Spool, we got Wayfair, we got Lookout, we got Plaza. Camel shows up again. Do you guys ever buy Commerce? I don't think I've bought it once since previous week.
Yeah, not that often, but I think it sometimes comes up. But yeah, I would have to remember hard when I bought it the last time. But yeah, I mean, it has to be the right circumstances for it to be good. But then sometimes it's really great, I think.
I guess I just have to keep
I
looking
remember,
for one of those games. So they both open double Urchin.
and they clicked on it rather quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good open on most boards that have Urchin on it. Like, when there's no good opening tricks to do, like double Urchin, as RNG as it is, still tends to work out. And if you do get Mercenary on one of your, turn 3 or turn 4, the stats for it are off the charts.
Yeah, and that's why I have the Urchin banned.
Yeah, I have it on my dislike. There's just some other cards that annoy me more than Urchin, but it's definitely a very bannable card.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bannable card, and I somehow don't mind it that much, but I can understand the hate.
Yeah,
Like
that's how I
sometimes
feel as
there are
well.
sometimes you have those games where you don't collide until turn 8 or something.
Mm-hmm. So pqr gets the dream, turn 3 collision.
Yes.
Especially this situation where you have the not collision turn 3, and then you see one urchin turn 4, and you have to wait until until it's your turn if you get the
Oh, that
50
was
or not.
Hakha does fine to turn 5 though.
Yeah,
that
at
was
least.
some very neat interaction here. I hadn't considered with PQR getting the mercenary and then buying a Wayfarer for
For
0 money.
yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I wonder if the scrying pool is even worth it here.
Yeah, so
Seems.
I was kind of wondering about pool earlier. And I think with urchins I kind of like to not go for a pool. Uh, I think it would have been something to think about opening lookout potion instead and go that route and get urchin afterwards maybe. But um,
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've lost my intuition with urchin, so don't really know what I would do here. The thing is, I mean, the payload is probably going to be like some combination of. I mean, you can make some action payload here with Plaza and Scavenger and stuff, but the Wayfarer seems so good that I think I might just want to play like Wayfarers and Plazas and then attack a bit with Mercenaries and then, yeah, take those silvers most of the time probably, and
yeah,
then play a bit aggressive and try to not build
yeah,
for too long.
yeah. I guess you still want the trade road at some point and have a plus buy.
Man, Hakka's having a really hard time getting rid of his states.
Yeah, so PQR already has the trade route. I mean, I'm not even sure if I want to do that if I'm playing the Wayfarer thing, but I guess it can't be too bad. You can buy like Copper Wayfarer here if you're funny.
Hmm.
Might have been correct.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah, with the mercenary around, seems like you will be able to draft these coppers
Ooh,
fast enough.
so many coppers still in the deck. How's that happening?
Can I undo reveals? I mistake players. Oh, they top
Yeah.
deck to copper. Yeah. Okay, that's no biggie. I've done that before.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
looks much
what a
better.
difference that made. And they get to kill off these estates, finally.
Yeah, that's indeed. Yeah.
So now what? I think
I kind
now.
of need a trade route as well, right?
All right, there's Camel, so you can gain some goals.
Yep.
Buy trade route here now, maybe. Buy the Wayfarer.
Trade route for me.
Yeah, I think I like trade route.
Trade route seems nice there. You can get Wayfarer next turn that way, I guess.
Is scrying pool good here? Is scrying pool good? Yes. Look at that draw. What a card. I'm really glad that Alchemy was rushed because I feel like scrying pool would have gotten some nerfs if there was more playtesting time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting, they don't play the urchins as camels. So either they don't want much gold or they just forgot.
Did
they not have actions?
I don't know.
I guess they added more terminals. Yeah, they didn't have the actions for it. I'm just dumb.
And now, yeah, and then Hakha bought the trade route, which seems pretty good now.
They really need it now.
Looks pretty good for Hakha, right?
I guess with
Although,
I guess with the order they chose, they end up with an extra silver in the deck. They got with Wayfarer. Maybe that was the right move.
don't think you need to take the silver now. Hakha disagrees.
Well, literally bottom decking Merc.
Yeah, but it works out.
Yeah.
I wonder if you even... Nah, I guess you still just trash a copper with a trade route. I was gonna say maybe trash the Merc, but it's still an action for Scrying Pool, so we'll just trash a copper and buy what?
Yeah. I guess Plaza Pool could be Wayfarer. Do they have enough money? So no, they can't. They don't. So it can't be Wayfarer.
I mean, it could be...
Could be a Wayfarer pool.
Yeah, but so many
They don't have the
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah, they need more pauses.
Plaza Pool seems pretty good.
Kind of like to keep the mercenary around here, just because you have so many potential silver gains that you might be able to activate the mercenary again later. And you can just eat some urchins as well.
Yeah, seems fine to have it in your deck. So PQR has actually less economy than I thought they had. Another round of Wayfarer Plaza, and then maybe start greening next turn as PQR. I don't know. I mean, you can build more, but Hakka has more potential with the pools to build more. So I don't think that time is on PQR in PQR's favor.
Interesting.
Although I mean, I guess you draw also quite fine with Wayfarers only, but
Yeah, I guess the pools will become less and less valuable as the game goes on.
Yeah, as they add more silver and then green cards into their deck, the pools aren't going to hit as much.
Exactly.
But right now, I mean, half their deck is white cards, so they're doing just fine.
Oh, so they decided to trash the mercenary, but they still have the potential to just gain another one anytime they want to.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't thought about that, but it's probably good. Think about it.
looks like Hakka is thinking about taking a Merc here.
Yeah.
Don't see why you would this spot. I guess one reason could be if you want to commerce this turn, you gain one more differently named card.
That's interesting.
Like Plaza Commerce, for example. Could see that. Gains you 2 goals. I mean, that's not that impressive.
No, not really.
With the Wayfarer.
I guess then I'd rather have another Wayfarer.
Yeah. But I guess that was the consideration, right? Otherwise, I don't see a reason why you would take the mercenary right back.
So they each have a golden exile for what it's worth. I'm guessing they want to play this urchin as camo. Okay, never mind.
Didn't have the actions again.
Oh, wow.
Could have played 1 camel. Really? Okay. Yeah, I want to go gain those silvers, I think, and probably start greening this turn even. Maybe next turn, I don't know. Could be another round of Wayfarer, Plaza.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about Wayfarer is it's going to keep giving you scaling economy because it'll keep adding silvers to your deck.
They decided to attack though.
Okay, interesting. What are we trashing? Copper, silver?
Probably. I don't see myself trashing this trade route here.
Yeah.
That was quite valuable.
And now we need to feed another silver to trade it out. Which is fine, we can get more silvers, but... let's see, how many Wayfarers do we have now? 4? Yeah, so we gain 4 silvers per turn. That's pretty good with this amount of draw. Although you're feeding 1 to trade route, presumably, if you're not trashing Merc next turn. I wonder if anyone's going to get their golds out of exile.
Yeah, so maybe PQR's position is actually better than I thought it is.
Maybe they could commerce.
Yeah, I just want a double province next turn as PQR, I think. Like, what are you really building to? Do you really want to add another trade route for your third buy? I'm not sure that's worth it.
Yeah, I don't think you need 2 trade routes going here. It's just getting hard to support at that point.
So what's the Triumphal Arch situation? What's the Plaza split? I mean, PQR has 4 Wayfarers, I know that, but how many Plazas do they have now? Like 6?
It just took 2 more. Just took 2 more plazas. So they should at least have. Yeah, we can just see it. A split of 7-3.
7-3 even, okay, that's... So they can even score 6 more points by buying 2 Wayfarers. So I'd say it's looking pretty good for PQR here.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, so I guess just province Wayfarer is fine in next turn then.
Yeah. I mean, there's an argument for just double Wayfarer regardless of how much money you have as PQR. There's also an argument if you hit 16, just say, okay, now that I have it, I'm just going to do the double province, and then I might have worse turns where I am only able to gain like 1 Wayfarer, maybe 2 if I play the trade route, so I'm not clear what's the better order there. Or, as you mentioned, just the compromise and taking one province, one wayfarer. So, suggestion of commercing this turn would give you like 3 golds if you also camel something. Seems okay. I mean, the pools don't like these silvers, and if you take golds, at least you don't have to take so many silvers from the
Yeah.
wayfarers. Could see that. I mean, you have to spend it buy on the commerce, which is kind of annoying.
But you do already have a golden exile, and you can camel something else. So you're getting a decent amount of gold for it.
Yeah, 3 golds, it seems pretty good, yeah. No, take another Merc. Yeah, I'm not sure about this.
Okay. Neither. I still have to trash another silver.
Or an urchin.
On that turn.
Could be Wayfarer Province.
Or
Yeah,
Wayfarer Commerce.
Yeah. Oh, pool. If you're not provincing and want to do the commerce, I guess pool is a bit better than Wayfarer.
Yeah, that seems... I was thinking Wayfarer because of Arch, but I guess you have 3 pools and 3 plazas, so that makes more sense to go for pool. Trade route commerce.
Okay, so Hakha
And
has
they don't discard their gold from exile.
what?
So they just take 3 and not 4 golds.
Okay, yeah, okay, maybe that's okay. But I guess then you could have also taken 2s, but commercing first. But okay. 3 is a charm, so why not?
So I guess we just keep getting silvers.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
If nothing else, they can be mercenary food.
So last card is a silver. Okay, so yeah, we trashed these silvers. Not ideal, but I would just double here. I mean, yeah, okay, I guess maybe Wayfarer Province is better. Yeah, Wayfarer Province is probably better.
Hey Maharath, so yes, this is the finals of the Order versus Chaos tournament, which was a tournament with 4 events and 2 different brackets. So 4 events per game, a bracket that was called Order where you guys, 4 landscapes, not events. Ugh, everything's events. But yeah, it had a bracket where the players agreed on what kinds of the landscapes they wanted, and it had a bracket where they were chosen randomly, and these 2 players each won one of the brackets are now and eliminated each other in the other bracket. So they are now playing in a finals.
Yep. And they get to choose or not every other game. Yeah. So every other game it's changing whether they get to choose or not. Okay.
Yeah, this feels a bit like overbuilding. I mean, there's also ritual. Maybe you can score with that, but
I was
you're still
thinking about a deck that scored a lot off ritual and golds and then got them back with commerce.
yeah.
Doesn't seem particularly good.
Neither is this draw, by the way.
Yeah, they're trashing a lot of economy to draw more silvers. It's a pretty janky draw.
This
I mean, I
threshold,
guess you have to do it.
yeah, that seemed correct. I mean, Hakha has these goals now, so you shouldn't have problems with the economy all that much. Although having said that, yeah, the deck wasn't quite friendly to them this turn.
Yeah, there's just a
And
food problem in general where they have mercenary and trade route which need to eat if they're going to be doing anything, and they don't have that many. I mean, they have to use all their wayfarers to generate silver to feed their cards. Although we could
Yeah,
definitely eat a potion soon.
yeah. Second Greater is
so,
just too much, I think. With only having 3 plazas as Hakha.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah, I think the last card, is it another Wayfarer even? No, okay.
Greening time?
Province pool here, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also this fun interaction where you can province and then after that ritual a wayfarer for more points.
That's neat.
Ooh, that's cool. I guess that's another argument to load up on Wayfarers.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh
just
yeah,
thinking, Nerdbound. Gain
yeah,
a
Ooh,
yeah.
curse if
oh
you
I
yeah.
think
do.
I think I've actually
I,
fallen for that in a real game. It's like
oh yeah. Actually, I believe someone posted that in the Discord. They wanted to trash a Wayfarer, and it became worth 0.
yeah, and
So
some
thanks
variant of
Nerdbound for
that
pointing it
is
out.
sorry.
I just said thanks Nerdbound for pointing it out.
Yeah,
Thank you,
some variant
friendly
of
giraffe.
that is ritualing a peddler that also came up sometime, which also
Ooh.
doesn't work. I mean, if you have actions, more some actions in play.
I mean, it actually is -1 VP Malo because you gain a curse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what?
I would strongly consider double here.
Yeah,
Yeah, double or take that wayfarer, which still scores points, right?
you can do both.
You can do both.
Yeah, but 2 wayfarers.
Okay. So they decided to do both. Okay.
Yeah, that seems fine. I was leaning. I mean, either double province, 1 wayfarer, or the other way around. Both seem pretty reasonable. But maybe this is better. Yeah, and now pqr seems to be in a good spot. I mean, I guess as
Yeah,
Hakka,
I guess they can. Sorry.
No, I was considering like how many provinces do you want to leave in the supply, or do you want to maybe now transition into rituals because provincing doesn't seem to be in your favor, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that PQR can probably threaten triple next turn with all these wayfarers.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, which would mean like taking two provinces isn't a great idea. Maybe now actually some rituals.
Yeah, double seems losing here.
Three buys. Maybe something like province, ritual, a gold, and then commerce. That still gives you what, three, 3 golds back, or 4 if you want the one in exile. No, 2 or 3 right here.
Hmm.
I guess you also don't have infinite amounts of money. Yeah, I think I would trash potion, go province, ritual, commerce,
Yeah,
ritual the gold, that is. But
yeah. They would need to undo the
yeah, I guess Haka has
pressure
something
plate.
in mind. What though? Province, duchy, something?
Double dip is not safe.
I mean, yeah, safe is always like a tricky word, right? You still need to have a path to win, so maybe you just can't play around them tripling and just go double. I don't know. It seems also reasonable. But yeah, I like the ritual line.
Seems safest.
Yeah, agreed. It's your best bet.
This looks like a pretty good starting hand for PQR because drawing 4 cards and 6 more plazas down here and already 3 Wayfarers in hand. I think this is what I would set up my starting hand to look like if I had the choice. Maybe 2 plazas, 2 Wayfarers is better, but can't complain.
Yeah. But at least they know they get to see 7 more cards. So there's a good chance there's another not at 7, but 4 more cards before
Yeah.
playing something terminal.
Okay, so now Hakka does undo for potential ritual things.
Mm. Maybe they don't want to go for provinces at all. Just doing ritual twice.
Yeah, maybe.
Ritual twice by commerce.
Yeah, that only gives you, I guess it gives you still like 1 gold and then the 1 out of exile, so might be okay. This might be, could also take a duchy commerce, a duchy ritual commerce, province. Okay, no commerce at all. Yeah, that's also reasonable. Ooh, scary.
And the Wayfarer.
Oh, Wayfarer, yeah, okay. Although I guess they don't really have the terminals to play that, right?
But it gives them arch points.
Oh, 4 pools and 4 Wayfarer. No, what's the arch point situation now for Hakka?
Oh, does it not?
I didn't watch the points.
Me neither.
They should have 4 pools. 4 bulls, 3 plazas, and 3 wayfarers, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so no more. Although I guess if they grab the last one this turn, it would be points.
So this is the first silver that pqr is getting, so they are not that aggressive on the silver front. Maybe they were scared about the draws early on.
So now, Hakka can't really triple. Is that correct? It trashed the goals, and yeah, don't think has the money to triple anymore. And in that case, I think I like one province for. I guess they can take more provinces.
Well, I guess pqr still has the money to triple themselves if they want to.
Yeah, I mean they have
Yeah,
coffers.
yeah, okay. I think I would just spend them and triple. Or is that best? I don't know.
Well, they're doing it. It looks pretty hard to
Yeah,
beat.
yeah. I was just thinking if I survive one dot or if I kind of want to play it safe and take only one province. But I think, yeah, I think triple is pretty good.
Scrying pool.
That's a good card.
Yeah, we get to make some free coffers here. Now generate some silvers.
Yeah, so there's no way that Hakka wins this turn, and then it comes down to if pqr will be able to find one more coin.
Yeah, although they're probably gonna get attacked.
Yeah, so they will have like probably something green on top, unless, yeah, I don't know, probably something green on top with two more pools. I mean, might also be just all the good cards on top, but let's see. Oh, you mean attacked by mercenary?
Mm-hmm.
I only considered like the Scryingful top deck attack, and then you have less search space. But of course, yeah. Okay, so Hakka might get two more turns here, possibly. Which, yeah, comes down to if pqr can draw, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I think if pqr does, I think Hakka is the favorite to win.
That seems about right, yeah. Okay.
So I was also wrong about Hakka not being able to triple if they wanted. So yeah, I was considering one province only for pqr because I thought maybe Hakka can't triple, but that would have been not a good idea. So the triple looks pretty good.
Oh, there goes the wayfarer.
Okay,
Bye
and
bye.
trap some of the green card on top.
No promise.
Yeah, and now just do some ritualing again.
And buy a wayfarer.
Yeah, guess trash a wayfarer, buy a wayfarer. Oh, that doesn't make sense.
Well, they didn't trash a wayfarer yet. And they would get arch points for the last wayfarer.
13 is what? Ritual? Ritual duchy? Ritual commerce? Commerce, okay.
They gonna finally discard from exile? Yep. You kept that in exile for a long time.
Oh,
Oh,
that's the Wayfarer. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
oh, that might
This
be
looks
it.
very good for PQR.
I need to find some more money. Find some more provinces.
Yeah, but they found another plaza as well, so
Yeah, yeah, they should get there.
it's
They,
that it's still not in hand, but I think last card
It
is
actually is in hand because Trade Route gives a coin.
yeah,
yeah, they still and they have the coffers. Yeah, I overlooked the coffers part. Okay. It
yeah,
was very close.
yeah. So
All right.
first match point defeated as second player.
Going into game 5. Back to order. So our players will be
And it's
in a
3-1.
1-2-2-1 situation. We'll pick out what kinds of landscapes we're going to have.
Yeah. So PQR is going to choose the first one, if I'm not mistaken. The last one. Oh no, the other way around. See, even I can't remember these 2 week rounds of double elimination, and I was out rather early, so didn't get to experience it all that much.
All right, so we have event, project, way.
Is it what they've been playing all all the time?
Okay, we have Feodum Groom.
Ooh,
Yeah, so that's good, right?
It's very strong. Obviously, a strong engine can beat it, and it's more of a slog than a rush.
yeah.
But
I think it's on the weaker side of room stuff, but
it looks like
it's
the
still
most
good.
powerful thing on this board, at least.
Yeah, since there's no draw at all.
I think it's definitely on the weaker side of Groom thing, just because it's not as
Yeah,
fast. But
exactly.
as a slog rather than a rush, it's like a pretty solid deck. It scores quite a lot. Um, Obviously, an engine that can do Feodum denial can kind of shut it down. Uh, but if there's not a strong engine, it seems very much the thing to do.
So just Silver Groom then, and then Groom or Grooms, and so on.
Yeah, I mean, on 4-3, it could be Groom Engineer, maybe.
Yeah,
I wonder.
that's
I wonder if a forager is with it, but probably not.
yeah. I don't know.
I would think no.
I mean, with sheep, maybe you can decide like to
Oh,
sheep
yeah,
it.
there is sheep. So Forager doesn't really hurt you from hitting prize points. You just have to worry about it colliding with Groom in a way where you want to play it as sheep, I guess. But
Yeah.
Engineer has that same issue, and that doesn't work on either of their splits because they have 3-4.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I bother with the trashing. I think I would just go Silver Groom. Even though, yeah, it's not so clear to me.
Um, you do both is the answer, but you start off grooming for grooms, and then you groom for silver, and you groom for Fiota when your grooms collide. Well, it's not exactly a rush. It tends to be more of a slog, as it takes a while to empty silvers, and the silver split's very important for who wins in a Fiodum game. But I would expect this to 3-pile on Groom, Fiodum, and either silver or estate.
Yeah, probably a state actually. I would guess.
Yeah, a lot of the time in Groom Fiodum, they don't actually finish off the silver pile. That's the dream on 4-3, but they both have 3-4. So we're discussing uh, Silver Groom, which I think sounds pretty good. You can, Iris. The big issue is if you don't have enough silvers, then you might not score enough against a player that plays a little slower, doesn't go into the estates as heavy, and grooms more silver. It depends on the contents of your deck. It's a pretty dynamic game for quote-unquote Groom Rush. Certainly more interesting than something like Groom Silk Roads, where there might be a literal like 2-card kingdom with no decisions to make.
Yeah, so it looks like both players going for it. Hakha hitting 6 is kind of nice for Scout and Groom.
Do you consider replace it all, or do you just want more of the grooms?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Also, with an early Groom, you could sheep it to get a replace. Like, I think they both had the chance to do that, but I'm not sure. I think I would just take more Grooms, honestly. Although Estate into Feudum is kind of nice, cleaning out the curse. It's
And
not
there's
clear to
also
me.
Feodum to Feodum, gives that a curse and gets you 3 silver.
Yeah.
So boost all your other Feodum by 1. Feoda.
And in the mirror, I'm not an expert on these Groom things, but do you start taking Feoda before the Grooms are empty? I think you do, don't you?
I don't have a good answer. I think
I
it
think the
depends how
answer
much your grooms collide.
yeah, exactly.
Nerdbound
Yeah.
says yeah. I mean, I've certainly never played a groom rush where I emptied 10 grooms before my grooms collided and I needed to take green cards.
Yeah, I mean, also if they don't collide, um, then I mean, of course, yeah. If they collide, you just start taking Grooms. But for example, this last Groom, I don't know. I think I would just take a. Oh no, I guess it depends on what the last card is. If it's a copper, then I take Feodum and buy. Well, no, what am I talking about? I'm taking Feodum either way. Yeah, and then just buy Feodum.
Yeah, 4 Feoda sounds pretty strong. Okay, they buy groom. So this is PQR's chance to win the Feoda split.
Guess.
How'd they do?
Yep.
That's funny. 2 turns and they are evaporated.
Yeah,
So
that was
both
a.
players could do the same thing with estates now and score very low. Or they could start grooming for silvers and start really boosting their Feodum.
Yeah, and I guess the
How much
the
is
fact that Hakha has 5, Hakha has only 3 Feodor means Hakha should go for the estates and PQR should go for the silvers, although maybe they need to follow. I don't know.
the silver split definitely matters a lot. But yeah, I mean, while your deck is still thin, you do have the explosive ability to like groom to groom to groom to groom to groom and take 5 or 6 estates.
Yeah, I like Scout and then just buy estate.
Yeah,
Probably.
I mean,
By
your
silver,
win
I guess.
condition is probably finding all your grooms again and just piling before they score too much off silver.
Mm.
On the other hand, you take an estate, if they just take 4, then it's game.
Yeah, but that's not an easy choice here now for PQR to go for it, but
Yeah, so
gains
they
more.
take 1, and I'm guessing, yeah, they gain silver, and look at those points just go up. Now Haka can't catch with just estates. He has to go to silvers. So we could see this slog out a little bit as they both build silver.
Yeah, but silver's just gonna be good for PQR. Not just okay, go estate, silver. Does that win? Silver by estate wins, I think. I'm not quite sure.
Yup, by 1 point. 2
Oh,
points. All right. Turn 9. So yeah, still a rush. Lol. The slower of the groom.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the slowest of the groom rushes.
Yeah,
That was quite a nice draw in the final turn, right?
it was so slow.
All right, so congratulations to Hakha
Let's
for
go,
winning.
Hakha. Very dominant
Yeah,
performance. 4-1.
Yeah.
Some really good games in there. I thought the first game was a really crazy board that was played
Yeah.
very well. I really like that game. And it's nice to finish up on a Groom Rush. Groom Rush is fun. Fun for the whole family.
Yeah.
Nice and breezy after like
Seat
hour-long
number
games.
one. Seat number one from the order bracket at least prevailed in the end.
Hell yeah. That's really cool. Congrats again to Hakha. Thank you so much for commentating with me, Assemble and Psycho.
Sure.
And thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I am gonna hop over to commentate Quarantine Cup in a couple minutes. So we'll see what's going on there. I encourage you all to jump over and listen to Dan if you want something to listen to next, because Dan's the homie. All right, thanks everyone.